Earbuds Podcast, presented by Headliner Music Club.
Let's do this. Show number 20.
Oh my god.
You tired?
I forgot to drink coffee this morning.
All right.
You forgot?
Yeah, that's like a ritual for you.
Yeah.
Because usually I take my time and then I just got it ready, went out running. I just forgot.
You're running again?
Forgot to poop too. But
Damn.
I think we should just leave all this in. This is good. This is a good intro.
This needs to be like a BTS like snippet at the end of the year.
Oh. We're hearing Five's poop schedule. Okay. All right. So let's get this thing going. You guys ready?
ready.
Ready.
All right. Welcome to the Earbuds Podcast, show number 20.
Wow. That's a celebration right there.
Every episode is a celebration that we're all
That's
together.
true.
So
That's
the
true.
fact that we're able to put this thing together for 20 episodes or even one, this whole thing has been it's been a dream, you know.
All thanks to you, Jerzy.
Yeah. Thank you for wrangling us because honestly, we definitely would be in episode 2.
Yeah, I'm a good wrangler.
Year 3.
I've always been known as a wrangler. So yeah, thanks guys for participating in this. And thank you to Headliner Music Club for putting up with us for the last 20 episodes. Also, we got a big, very special guest today, all the way from Boston currently, Jason Smith.
Yes.
What up, Jay?
I'm actually from New York, though.
You are? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, okay.
Reside in Boston, so
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was confused about that whole thing, but
that's very confusing.
why don't you give us a little short, a background on and let everyone know who you are?
Yeah, so I've been in this business for 20 plus years, tour DJ, artist DJ, and just being on the road DJing for myself from venues from East Coast, West Coast, everywhere, same old shit you guys do. And then I moved to Boston about 4 years ago, and I work for a group called Koji Management, and they're great, and I'm happy up here. And
Love those guys.
I just wanted to take some time, have a home base instead of just being on the road every weekend, was just beating the hell out of me, So if I could get it down 2 weeks on the road and 2 weeks in a home base, that's what I was looking forward to. And being
Feel you on that.
Yeah.
I think that's really underrated, and most people don't talk about that because everyone likes to post a full schedule and everything. But like being home for twice or 2 or 3 weeks, it's the most wonderful, and you can make good money at home.
Yeah,
it's the most amazing feeling in the world.
15 years I was traveling every weekend, dude. It's not 15 plus years, I should say. I'm not trying to date myself or anything, but I've done it. I don't need to prove it to anybody any longer with these massive amounts of schedules. Like, look where I'm gonna be. No, dude, come hang.
Dude, when I see the crazy schedules that like some of our friends post, I'm like, dude, my back starts hurting. I'm like,
oh my
god, that flight.
DJ Camilo used to have like 3 gigs a night, dude, in his schedule.
Oh yeah, I think he still does.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's pretty brutal with the back pain now at my age. I feel it. I'm feeling it. But
well, I took a note from a mix thing. You gotta have one of those,
Oh yeah, the pads.
The pads.
Yeah.
He has a pad. He flies with a pad.
Yeah, remember he brought it to F1.
Yeah.
No. Did I black out in that episode?
Pad?
What happened? That was. He has a pad. He
was like walking like the red carpet with a fucking pad on his back.
Oh my
carrying
God.
it fucking a mile to go to his gig.
Yeah, we have that at all our venues. When you guys come, we always have that pad.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's amazing.
I got a new eye mask that I was really thrilled about, and it was like a really expensive eye mask, like a sleeping mask.
Oh yeah, it's all about the neck pillow too. You got to bring a neck pillow.
The neck pillow I can't do for some reason. It just
I don't use
my neck.
But I don't put it on my neck. I use that as a pillow when I lean.
I hold it like a teddy bear for some reason. I don't know why, but it feels more comfortable. It's a weird thing, but like I notice if I like to hold something and like I hold my pillow.
Why don't you just bring a teddy bear then?
I you know what?
Honestly,
guys, I
think we're gonna chip in for a teddy bear for Jim.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought
like support animal.
Yeah, these are all travel hacks that people should know about. So
teddy bear, got it.
That's a good segment to have on your travel tips, because obviously we've flown enough miles to know some hacks that
Yeah,
definitely.
I have a
yeah.
good hack, but I'm definitely gatekeeping it. I'll tell you guys after.
Man, you are forever gatekeeping things. $15
'Cause
songs.
No, this could get me in trouble.
Now I'm curious. I want to know what this is. Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's. What else we got here? We got a new segment called Peak or Pass that Neil. Another one that Neil was ambitious and came up with a new segment for us. So thank you. Neil.
Another one.
Another one.
So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this.
And please,
how this works out.
send a comment and let us know how we're doing as far as these segments, or me, I guess.
Yeah, or maybe just DM.
Just group DM us, yeah.
Yeah. Let's not make it public, okay? We also got Deep Digs, that segment that we go into. I don't know. We'll explain it later. Also, what's the scenario? This is a good one for like opening sets or marathon sets. And your edit submissions. We have all your edits, and we'll go through those. And your 10 questions are our 10 questions for Jason Smith. So we have a lot coming up on this show, and we have to get through with it because Neil has other obligations to get to.
I do have a private gig that I'm literally recording this and prepping for at the same time.
It's good.
Nice.
It's good to know. Yeah. All right. So we got to get through this. Let's get some shout outs real quick. James Huang. Big shout out to, he's a big supporter, and we people probably were like, who's this James guy? So if you're ever in New York, should we just give his cell phone number out?
Sure.
You guys want to do that?
James with the earring. That's my dog.
Yeah, James.
I actually posted him on Saturday. Like, this is the James from Earbuds.
Yeah, James. We actually should have him on the pod, is because he's just a legend at this point.
Or at
Because on
least just a
my podcast,
cutout,
he
like
was
right
awesome.
Yeah. Love the man. Shout out to June Cash, our strip club correspondent. Five Ski left a comment on our. Is that you?
That's
you
me,
leave a-
dude. What the fuck?
So I always said
I
I was
thought
like,
this was
hey,
a joke. I was like, wait, what?
no, I
What are we
wasn't sure if it
talking
was
about?
him because like someone left a comment on Apple Podcasts that they liked our show. So I was going through and I saw a 5Ski and I go, oh, all right, maybe that's a new DJ. I didn't know, or someone's nickname. I didn't even think.
Bro, what the fuck?
Well,
Oh no.
so thank you for leaving a comment. I guess
You're welcome.
he left a review for our show. That's how desperate we are now. We're just leaving our own reviews.
I was supposed to be an alias, but fuck. All right.
What kind of alias with your name? I mean, it tricked me, but
You're easy, dog.
I was like questioning. I was like, who the fuck is 5Ski?
Oh shit, that's too much.
I seriously thought this was a joke I was like just ignoring, like, oh, 5Ski. I'm like, wait, are we talking about 5?
That's what I said. I was like, I don't know. Someone left a review named 5Ski, but he reviewed his own show. So thank you for that. Josh Styles, what's up? And DJ Icon. Thank you for
Big dog.
yeah. And Neil, you got some shout outs as well?
Yes. Well, on Saturday I played, or no, wait, was it last week? I played at in Saratoga at this one spot called Night Owl. Super dope spot. You would never think Saratoga goes off.
That's where the water comes from? The viral water?
Saratoga Springs. Where is Saratoga? What state is that
Saratoga's
in?
upstate. It's like
It's
right
in New
next to
York?
Albany. Yeah.
What was that place we used to play up in? It was like a casino.
Oh yeah, the lava.
Oh,
Turning
Lava. Yeah, the turning stone.
Turning Stone. I want to say
Dude.
that is Albany. No,
I stayed at a bed and breakfast there, which was awesome, but it was so scary. Like it just felt like a horror movie. Like it was like a cabin, and I guess the hotel was sold out, and they were like, "You're gonna stay at the bed and breakfast." I'm like, "What?" And they have one of those like pancake machines where you like push the button and it.
Oh, that's tight.
You ever see those
What?
things?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They have it at the airports in Japan.
Yeah. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, I was not playing there. I was playing at Night Owl.
Okay.
Big shout out to Alex, Toon,
Alex, yeah.
and Jackson. So
Nice.
yeah,
What up,
that
Alex?
place goes off, man. Especially around like the horse race time. What's the track over there? It's they have one of the big tracks there.
Saratoga track. Yeah, they do. They once every year they have a really big race up there. It's part of the, I think, circuit, whatever that horse.
Yeah, like that triple crown.
they do like the
thing.
Triple Crown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it goes off out there. It's like an outdoor, indoor.
We're actually doing it
club.
twice this year.
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh shit.
And then I played at the Blonde. Big shout out to Jules and James Wang.
James Hoang.
James just all over the place.
James
out here
be
in the
everywhere.
streets. Yep.
How was the
watching
Blonde?
us
Was
now.
it fun?
Yeah, it is.
It's
all
really
over the
open
place.
format, right?
Wide
Yeah.
open.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Do you just jump tempos, or do you stay in the same like range and then you like? I never really understood, like, because I usually have such a good time, I don't pay attention. I'm like, oh wait, he just went from 100 to 60.
Oh yeah, you just get right into it.
Yeah, you just reverb it out and just drop it.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
you get all you got to think about is all songs that were big and just fire them off.
Yeah.
1 minute each, just
Like
fire
Fetty
them
Wap.
off.
Quick mix.
Yeah.
Like
Fetty
Fetty Wap.
Wap from
all
up
Fetty
top.
Wap. Yep.
All right.
All
Sorry, that was
Fetty
just a
Wap,
side,
all of
side
them.
joke for guys. We talk about that off air. All right. Is that all you got? Anybody else?
Shout out to I got one. I got a couple. Shout out to Shrimpe and Gene Hove, just being nice guys. Big
Shrimp
birthday
Bay.
shout out to John Shorts. He just had his big lace up party.
I was there, and that was chaos.
I heard.
John
loved it.
throws a crazy party
Epic
every
party, yeah. I heard James Wang again was out every night.
Yes.
He's like, "Where were
James-
you? I'm tired, dog." I'm like, "Man, I couldn't. Rooms were crazy. I just, next year
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up."
Hey Neil, you still got that couch we all could sleep on? Not
yeah.
together, but okay.
The casting couch? Yeah, it's outside.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yo.
whoa.
I was looking for the clean one, the other couch.
Oh, that does not exist here.
Neil used to have this couch where everyone would just come in New York and they would just sleep on his couch.
Dude, still do. I think the one of the creators of Serato slept on this couch too.
No shit.
I'm pretty sure we lost him at one point during the nighttime, and he ended up on my couch. And then all of a sudden, I remember my buddy Jeff D was like, "Hey, is there a guy on your couch right now? Because I believe he has to be on a speaking panel in 15 minutes." And I was like, "Hey man, you got to get
That's
up," and he just like
crazy.
bolted out.
Well,
So-
all right.
Yeah, I still got the couch.
Nice. All right, we may have to use it. All right, Five, you got anybody else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right, let's just catch up with everybody. Let's start with our guest. Jason, what you been up to, man?
Just working for the Koji management. I was a couple weeks ago. I was in Augusta, Georgia. That was crazy. I was working the Masters out there. I was doing
Oh,
private
wow.
events.
What do you play at the
wow.
Masters?
Oh God, man.
Fetty Wap.
Yeah.
Oh, you're definitely doing
tough.
Fetty Wap.
Actually, they didn't tell me who the special guest was. It was supposed to be a secret, and I found out 2 hours before, and it made my job so much easier. It was Niles Rogers.
Oh
So
wow.
I DJ'd after Niles Rogers, so it made I just went into my roller skating crate and went.
Yeah.
It was like it would made my job so much easier, because when you're in a situation like that and you're dealing with really high end client that's corporate like that, it's a little tough sometimes.
Yeah.
And that just having Niles Rogers there just made me feel like, all right, I could get in my pocket, I'm good. So
Bro,
just
that's
been
what
on the
makes
road.
you a pro. Because if they said Nile Rodgers to me, I would have literally fell apart.
My first song out was "Ain't No Stopping Us Now" in the Prince's Kiss. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
Because I knew that I had to grab their attention to make them stay after Niles. And if you play, Prince and Michael Jackson, they don't dance. They're not dancing to anything all
Yeah.
night. So that's kind of like you just got to grab their attention quick.
Crazy.
That's really cool. Did you go into it not knowing, or did they tell you at the last second, or did you prep before?
2 hours before, he just said.
Oh, you said 2 hours before. Oh,
I didn't even prep for it
I was
because
gonna say, yeah.
I used to put so much time and effort into prepping, and then I'd get to the venue and it would be like, that didn't work. So I just stopped wasting my time. I'll pick a few songs that are new that I want to add to a night, and I'll put them in a crate. But other than that, I kind of stopped prepping I got enough crates. Like I said, my roller skating crate, perfect disco, R&B, Shaka Khan. Dude, it's, you know what I mean?
I think of a roller skating crate, but that's perfect. That's
what I was like. Wait, you have
roller
a roller
jams,
skating
dude.
group?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. So Five, what do you got going on, man?
What's
you been
up,
up to?
man? I did a coffee records. What's up, guys? I did a coffee and records pop up randomly by my house. Just
Oh,
this
what
neighborhood.
shop was it?
It's called Files
Yes.
System of Coffee.
Yeah.
File
I've been hearing
System of
about that
Coffee.
spot.
Right by my house. And shout out to the homies that came through. Won't recommend doing a 3-hour vinyl set because that shit was tough.
You brought all your vinyl, or you used theirs?
I legit live in the neighborhood, so I brought 3 bags, and it was fun. Played some jazz, soul, funk, R&B. But after 2 hours, I'm like, this is why we don't play vinyl anymore.
What kind of needles do you use now? Because didn't they stop making the Shure?
I still have them. I still M44.7s.
You still have your, but they stopped making them, right?
Yeah, but there's another brand that remade them. So
I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like,
yeah,
what are we supposed to do?
We launched Open House Radio, which is Fade University, but we just renamed
Congrats,
it.
man.
Yeah, and then we Fade released Talking Shit last week, our new record.
Congratulations.
Out everywhere. Go peep.
Hell yeah. Neil, what do you got?
Neil.
Outside of prepping for this this last minute gig I got today, just like with the whole Niles Rogers conversation, I just found out that I'm playing with Salt and Pepper that has not performed in a very long time. So
does that mean Spinderella's DJing?
Hell yeah, shit.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that's fire.
And I'm freaking out. I'm a little bit freaked out right now. So I'm trying to make sure that right when you said Chaka Khan, I was like, perfect. I'm gonna put Chaka Khan in here.
We need his roller skating crate.
Yeah, we should have made this.
Send that to you on the side, dude. It's
we should. I've got
never fails.
Yeah. So I've got that. And just my normal gigs out here, just running around. I got Little Sister on Friday, so I'm playing for Salt and Pepper's crowd and then Little Sister's crowd, which are very opposite, very opposite from each other. I'm playing for 50-year-olds and 20-year-olds. So
I would love
21-year-olds.
I would love to see your playlist from Little Sister, because you said it's a 5-hour set or something.
It is a 5-hour set.
I would love to see
a lot of New York spots are about 4 to 5 hours.
Wow, those are marathons.
What you would call a marathon is Friday to us.
Well, we have a great segment coming up, or what's the scenario about marathon sets. So we're gonna dabble into that a little bit. I was in Chicago this past weekend. Shout out to Bodega in the West Loop, Josh, who listens, and Shane, who doesn't listen, but he actively he supports it. So big shout out to those guys. Shout out to Rudy, who is at Galleria. That's another spot that Five plays at. That he's going to be here soon, I think. Probably, right?
I think. I don't know.
I'm gonna push that through. But
hey,
yeah.
yo.
wait.
Hey.
Yo.
All right.
Push that
Anyway,
through.
shout out to Rudy and Galleria, and I go to Nashville on Thursday to hang out over there. So that's gonna be a fun. I always love Nashville.
Oh, I love
it's a
Nashville.
beautiful city.
Yeah, I got Barstool coming up, so it's a
big
wild
shout
one.
out to Dex.
Yeah, Dex.
Shout out to Big Dex on that one.
Wait a second.
Ooh,
All
big old Dex. Sorry,
Big Dex.
All right, guys.
Big
let's go
dog Dex.
big ass Dex.
This is how it always goes.
Dex.
It derails at some point, and this time it was only 11 minutes in. All right, let's go to our charts. HMC charts real quick. Side piece with Lick. Have you guys heard or played that song?
Big heavy rotation in our dance house sets. Heavy rotation open
It's
house
new
radio.
though, right? It's brand new.
Yeah. It's Kia.
Nice.
You
said Kia. Oh, they sampled
Kaya
Kia.
Kia or Kaya, Neil.
I believe it's Kia. I've known it for Kia, but I could be wrong too. Could be Kaya.
Wait, Kia, is that milkshake Kia, right? Or no, wait.
What?
No, wait,
What?
no, that's Khalees. I'm talking about
Whoa.
no, my neck, my
What is
back.
happening
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
All your lips pop, you're a pussy
Sorry,
like
dude.
this. Take it, don't top on this. Hey.
Okay. So Kia. Yeah, I think it's Kia.
That was Khalees you were
Yeah, I know. I said Khalees. I was like Kia. Wait, I was like, all right. I'm thinking, all right. Anyway. This is not going good. All right. Chapel Roan Pink Pony Club Chainsmokers remix is also up there on the
That's a good
top
one.
charts.
Yeah.
Just wanted to hit those. Let's go to the Billboard real quick. Oh, freaks. I just closed out the run of show. Billboard Charts, Luther is at number 1. And then Ordinary, Alex Warren. I don't know if anyone was playing. I don't even know what that song that is. I think it's a chill song. You said no?
He's does Afro House, and I don't know that song though, but most of
He
his
does
stuff
Afro
is
House?
Alex Warren.
Alex Warren.
Alex Warren.
Oh.
Warren.
Yeah,
Oh, never
I
mind.
think
Never mind.
Totally different.
Misheard you. Carry on.
Also, do you guys play Die With a Smile?
I do not.
Okay, Nick was telling me that Nick Rockwell was telling me, he's like, dude, I play it and everyone goes crazy and they sing it, and I was like, I would never touch that song, and he's like, it's like an end of the night type thing. And I was like, I had no idea, but he says that it goes off. So
Interesting. I'm gonna try that.
yeah, it's like, but dude, it has like, if you look at the numbers, it has like billions and billions of streams on Spotify.
Dude,
or
this
something
thing
crazy.
has been in the top 5 forever.
I know,
Like,
we've never
forever.
we never really talked about it or touched it, and then he's like, yeah, you played it at the end of the night and everyone sings the words, and I'm like, I couldn't even tell you like anything about it. But anyway, just a little intel there. All right, what else do we got here? Apple Music City Charts, they're all kind of goofy right now. The only thing that stood out to me is Mariah the Scientist, songs called Burning Blue. Anyone play that?
No, but my girl plays it in the car. She loves Mariah.
What is it? Who's Mariah the
It's a
Scientist?
super.
It's like
She's R&B singer from Atlanta, I believe, and she dates Young Thug.
Oh,
And yeah,
Okay.
she's the.
Yeah.
But she's that R&B, just super mellow song.
Yeah, she was on my ones to watch. Actually, she's number 1 on a lot of city charts.
Oh, wow.
She's been around for a minute though. She's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
fresh. She's been around for a few years.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Do you guys play Anxiety, the Doshi song? That was another thing on the top 10 charts.
I play a remix of it.
Okay, no one
I
plays
haven't
like
Edit.
you play a club edit. Okay,
I played an edit, but does it work for you guys? Because
That's what I was like
It's not really
questioning.
working for me.
It's been just a filler for me recently, or lately.
I played out of Stephanie
Ooh.
into the Fisher version.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to Stephanie, for some reason I hear this piano part under the layer of the breakdown, and it sounds like Anxiety. So I just looped the beginning of Anxiety and put it over the bridge, the breakdown.
that works.
Different.
I was trying to figure out. I was like, anyone play that song? But it's like charting pretty high.
I'll tell you what, though, when I first played it for the first time, they didn't know it until it got to the bridge, because I guess I don't have TikTok, but they only play short segments of songs, so people don't know the actual song. They only know snippets of it.
The clip that everyone clips on it. Yeah.
Understand that I was playing Dochi, and it was one of the top songs out at the moment.
Yeah, she's massive. So, all right, let's go to our new segment. It's called Peak or Pass. This is taking a look at the Billboard charts from 10 years ago and today. So basically, we were just rewinding and seeing if you guys would actually play these records today, or if they actually go off, or if something we just forgot about, they should probably add back in your sets. Let's just go down. I'll just read the songs off since this is our first time doing this. I'll just read the songs, and then you guys just say peak or pass. Got it? Does everyone understand the rules here? All right.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. Number 1, See You Again, Wiz Khalifa, Charlie Puth.
End of the night. But
Pass.
Pass.
Got it. Trap Queen, Fetty Wap.
prime time. Pick.
It's peak or pass. I don't know where you come up with all these different things. It's very simple. He's like, touchdown. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean, man? Why what?
Oh,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, it's simple. It's peak or pass. Go, Neil. Fetty
Peak,
Wap.
even though I don't think it's peak, but peak.
Oh, here we go. All right. Jason.
I agree. I say peak as well.
Okay. Uptown Funk, Mark Ronson, and Bruno Mars.
Early.
That's why I'm saying peak or pass is that you can't just. It's not.
Yeah, it's not a fucking early mid.
Well, no. It is. If even early, but I pass.
Pass. If you're gonna play most of these, I think they would be early songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good to know. Earned It, The Weeknd,
Pass.
number 4.
Or
Pass.
later.
Guys, this is really simple. Just all you got to say is peak or pass. Takes 2 seconds.
Pass.
I just have
Neil?
the urge.
Yeah. Neil, what do you got? This segment sucks.
No. I'm telling you. Okay, if you guys are listening to this pod, I said we should be celebrating a birthday because these are this time 10 years ago. These songs were released. It should be a birthday shout out. Anyway, so Earn It, pass.
Pass. Okay, Sugar, Maroon 5.
Pass.
Pass.
Ellie Goulding, Love Me Like You Do. That's a good song.
Happy birthday to you. Pass.
We're like 10-year-olds now at this point. Pass.
Ed Sheeran, Thinking Out Loud.
Whoa.
Pass. I don't even know that song.
That was number 7
In the car, peak.
in the car peak.
I think there was a remix that the Major Lazer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that sound is just dated. So pass.
Shut Up and Dance, Walk the Moon.
Peak.
Yeah, I would actually say peak. I forgot
That's
about
a
that song.
banger.
Song. Yeah, that's a good song.
I've never played that song once in my entire life.
I play edit, but yeah, a remix.
All right. Want Me, Jason Derulo, number 9.
I forgot how that even sounds. So I'll
yeah.
pass.
Is it like I want you to want me? Oh, never mind.
Isn't that another? This is a rock song. I want
Oh,
No,
yeah, that's an old 80s song, no?
Like, yeah, it's. I'm doing a really bad impersonation of it, but
He's
anyway.
like that girl that comes up to you and sings the song request, and you're like, "What?"
I was that girl just now. Yes.
Yeah,
That was-
yes, you were.
That was me.
Yes, you were.
All right. So I'm guessing that's a pass. Style, Taylor Swift at number 10.
You know, it's a peak, big dog.
Peak.
1000%.
Big old peak.
I don't know.
That into Fetty Wap, and boom, we have a party, folks.
Yep.
Take them off.
All right. Noted. Well, thanks,
My pants
guys.
have
That was our
exploded.
new segment called Peak or Pass that we'll never do again. Thank you. I appreciate all your
Not-
participation
I
on that. No, I'm kidding. We'll
Not
figure
bad
it out.
at it. It's just it needs a little tweaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll tighten it up. You know?
I have a suggestion. Don't take 10 songs off Billboard. Take 10 songs from just that were played 10
Yeah.
years before.
Go
We
back.
just don't. The problem is we don't.
Those songs aren't really club-worthy songs.
Yeah.
Yes and no, but like here's the thing too, because the Billboard charts actually also go into radio and everything else, and then you start thinking about like, hey, we're playing so many recurrence now, like old throwbacks. It kind of because like if you try to go in your like, I don't know how you pull up club songs from 10 years ago, right? Like how are we gonna? I don't know.
Manly do it.
To manually go through my Serato, or all of us go through our stuff. All right, new another segment that Neil liked to came up with. It's called Deep Digs. This one's just SoundCloud and music accounts that you're watching that you get your information from or get some good edits from. Neil, why don't you go first? Why don't you do this
Well,
one?
I've got 2 SoundCloud profiles that I
Ooh.
periodically try. Up Records out of Canada.
Oh yeah,
So
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, they sign a bunch of people on there, but they do a lot of remixes and a lot of flips on there.
Yeah.
I get some of my tracks there, and P-Dub Cookin off of SoundCloud. He does a lot of like R&B flips that are sick.
P-Dub Cooking. Okay.
The
5.
letter P, Dub Cookin.
5. What do you have?
I have that fairy. The my is it my app fairy song? You know the TikTok song. But I think you know these guys, right? Zillions and Zion, Neil.
Oh yeah, Zillion.
So they did an edit with Vans.
Oh no
And
way.
That song got on my radar because we went out last Thursday to Keys to go see Central C, and Fred. Shout out to Fred Matters, who was DJing, and me and Diplo we pulled in together. Name drop, sorry. And
Yeah,
we're
me
tripping.
and Diplo. Yeah, I mean, we may have heard of the guy. Yeah,
we
okay.
were tripping out because Fred was playing Bieber. He played Miley Bieber, and they played that My App song, like the original version. It's like she's a fairy, blah blah blah, you know. And like the kids were going nuts. I'm like, what the fuck?
What's the name of the song?
Fairy?
Fairy?
Yeah, it's a big TikTok record. But these guys did a edit with Vans, and it sounds pretty proper. And I would play it. So.
Is Fairy new? Is it a new song?
She's from Milwaukee, so I don't know how you know.
Okay.
It's like right up your neck of the woods, right there.
So I'll just go up there and ask. All right. So wait, what's the name of this? Wait, her name is Fairy?
My App. MYAAP. Is it My App? My App?
MYAP Fairy.
MYAAP Fairy. And then there's a Vans edit
Vans
by the Zillion and Zion.
All right.
And that's my deep digs for this week. Shout out to Diplo.
I love it. Jason, what do you got?
I don't have one.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck
I'm
it.
just being honest. I never had like a specific. All right, I got to download music. I'm gonna go right to the SoundCloud or something like that. I usually just fumble around and let magic find its magic. And
You just called it the SoundCloud. That's like saying I went to the internet and.
Yo,
Sorry.
Jason, you had this edit, this All I Do Is Win edit. I used to play all the time.
There's a reason why I did that, and I appreciate that.
It
Thank
was
you.
so good.
The reason why I did that because it was 2010. I'll keep it short. One was house music was just starting to creep into nightclubs a little bit, right? But how are you going to take a song like One that has no vocal? So I basically make all my edits and mashups to be able to create something that's different from everything else. It's a way it created a way for me to play that song in a club with a way that would be noticeable for the clients. And that's the way I've always thought about it. And it blew up. It was on Hot 97 in New York. I mean, it was being played at baseball games. It was being played at boxing matches. It was a really big record for me, you know. And then
it was a good one. I like that. That would have been a deep digs in 2010.
Yep.
It would have been, yeah.
On the SoundCloud.
You should on the SoundCloud within the internet.
I got Netgate. I think we've talked about his edits before. Yeah. He's got a lot of good stuff. He's got I usually get a lot of good stuff off of his SoundCloud. So shout out to Netgate as a deep dig. There you guys go.
See, that's smooth.
Yeah,
Smooth.
that was a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, that one had some flow to it.
Well, it's fine until 5 decides to go on a detour and starts yelling out random things. So it throws everybody off. All right, let's get to segment number 5, quick picks. These are songs that you're new ones that you're playing out right now. What are you guys feeling? Anybody? Who wants to go first on this one? I think we were talking about this.
I can go first.
Go.
Side piece, Cash Out. It's the one they've been teasing with Bobby Shmurda, Hot Boy. I don't know if it's out yet.
Is it out? Yeah, I was gonna say.
I got it from
Diplo, your friend.
Fade talking shit, of course. Play that shit out.
Yeah.
Everybody. I had My App on Fairy on my thing too, but I guess I talked about it in deep digs. So yeah, that's my records I'm playing out.
Cool. Jason, why don't you tell us what you're playing out? Any new stuff that you got going?
I started, this past weekend I was at Cabo in Boston, and I started my set with the new Fisher song called Stay.
Oh,
Love that song.
It's pretty dope. Yeah. And then some other stuff that I'm playing is, you know, you guys mentioned The Notion, but I found another record that I felt kind of like stayed in that same energy without change, because you know that song is just a little bit more on the garage side. Would you say
Speed Garage?
Yeah.
That's a segment. I didn't know it was. 5 was like, yo, it's called
Garage.
Garage, Speed Garage. But go ahead.
Georgia Smith has a new song called The Way I Love You, and it kind of fits in with that a little bit. And this song, Crushed by Biscuits, He sampled
crazy, yeah.
Got a crush on you.
That's a banger too. Yeah.
Wait, so wait, I'm writing this down. What's the name of the thing?
Which one? Crush by Biscuits?
You know we're recording this, right?
What's the speed garage song that sounds good with the Notion?
Georgia Smith. Jorja Smith.
All right, Jorga Smith.
No, Jorja.
Remember that song?
Jorga.
This is crazy.
Wait, am I okay?
Georgia Smith.
No
Georgia
relation,
Smith,
right?
dude. It's
No
Georgia
relation.
Smith.
Okay, Georgia Smith, and then what?
The Way I Love You.
The Way I Love You. Okay.
And
Sorry.
there's a song that I've been playing that I don't know. I enjoyed hearing it, and I don't know anything about the song, and it works every time. I haven't heard it anywhere else. It's this Clean Bandit edit I have of Symphony that Danny, I guess Diggs did with the Deuce Twins.
Really?
Symphony. Do you know that song,
Yeah.
like Clean Bandit Symphony? It's really been going off, and I'm surprised because I kind
It's
of like
the one with Kid Cudi on it, right?
I'm not sure.
Symphony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be. Yeah. That was good.
I just love when Five sings his songs. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Is that all you got? You got more, or is that it?
Nah, that's it, dude.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
that's cool. I just pulled those off the top of my head anyway.
No, it's perfect.
Oh, perfect, yeah.
All right. I'm liking the Griffin Band of Horses, The Funeral. 20. I love that song just in general. But
I love
he
Band
did.
of Horses.
Yeah.
Wookie did Ain't It Fun. That is definitely a very pop record, but it's kind of like a house remix.
It's a dance record.
Yeah.
Good,
and
good
then
dance record.
this was a curveball, but I don't know where I heard it. I just started playing. I kind of played it early. I used to play it early just because it was just like a early record. But now I think it's like almost a peak hour song. So I'm not sure if this was like a TikTok thing, but like Kiss, the song I Was Made for Loving You, the Wish remix, WESH remix. But
There's always been some remixes out.
Yeah.
I think Max something.
did that song like, because it's almost give me like that gimme
Yeah.
effect where it's like it's an old song, but man, they are going crazy for it right now.
I know
I
Disco Lines. I think I mentioned it like a few episodes ago, but Disco Lines did a remix of it too a while back.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, maybe
Dang,
that's
is classic rock coming back?
It's out.
I'm telling you,
I
rock
think
is-
so.
there's a lot of good. That Moonlight. Remember that guy said a few podcasts ago? I was like Moonlight. Was it Moonlight? Whatever. He does a lot of rock remixes with like big drums behind him, but it sounds really good.
And like remasters them, right? So
Yeah, but they
kinda
sound
like
so
fills
full.
it.
Yeah, and they
Fills
like
the room. Yeah.
and they hit it.
Awesome.
So like yeah,
just like a real small re-edit. It doesn't need to be like, yeah, that's awesome. Just
and there's
keep it
not like a drop or anything. It's
Yeah.
just big. Yeah, it which is cool. You can just almost play it in a lot of different rooms. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I got from my records I'm playing out. Let's go to ones to watch. What's bubbling in your neck of the woods, Neil? Because you always got something up your sleeve.
Well, I mean, my ones to watch list is kind of lengthy. Mariah the Scientist, Burning Blue was on the top of my list as an end of the night song. But it's also been charting everywhere. So that Tyler has a new track, Bliss. It's more of a end of the night, not so much Afrobeat or Amapiano, but it's a dope track. It's an end of the night track though. My boy E1 just sent me a track from an artist out of New York called Leif. And it's more of a ballet funk switch up to Jersey club called Sponsor, and it just got released on Friday. That track is sick. And then Diani Dior. The song's called Thick. And it's a Dembo track. It's a Dembo hip hop track. This other track's called Burna Summer, and it's starting to chart in Atlanta by Burna B, and it's just this ratchet. It's like Wham Whammy, Sexy Red, but that one's like starting to chart too. And this other one that a lot of my buddies have been telling me about all throughout the South is artist name is Zillionaire Doe. The track's called Back to the South. And everybody's like, you have to play this song. But they're also the same guys that told me Wim Whammy is also going to be big. So Zillionaire Dough. And then, yep, that's about it.
You guys play, I want to, do you guys play What the Helly?
So you skipped over me on what I'm, big songs I'm playing. So it's Wim Whammy.
Oh, did I
What the
skip over
Helly?
you?
Yes.
Oh. Why don't you say
Wim Whammy,
something?
What the Helly, Rob 49, and Nokia are the 3 songs you need to play out here.
You really play What the Helly? It's so bad.
I mean,
There's a good fashion edit on HMC that you can.
Is it on beat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just feel like he raps like so off. It's just like,
I mean, you don't play it. Yeah, it just
Hurts.
It's a TikTok thing.
yeah, it's like,
well,
really
if you play
painful.
Tatiana, then What the Helly's okay.
I didn't play Tatiana. I didn't play that either. I don't know. I'm not. Look, I like crazy. I like Sexy Red a lot, but I just can't get into. I don't know. That's just me. I feel like an outsider now. Apparently, I've been outsider the whole time in this podcast. So.
No.
Anyway,
I mean, you had to figure out how to spell Georgia Smith. So
I don't know who spells Georgia with a J.
Georgia Smith has been around for a little while.
Yeah.
I thought it was something. I didn't. Anyway, all right. Jason, what do you got for ones to watch? Anything bubbling?
I like this new Hugo record with Tom Enzi and Danny Roma. It's called Alicante. I might have murdered that, but don't quote me. Alicante. It's got this awesome horn section in it, and I just feel like we don't get enough horns sometimes. So
hey,
it's a big Latin horn record. That's a house record. It's
Nice. Very horny.
Yeah, I love it.
yeah.
It's fun. I don't know if people actually like it or not, but I enjoy playing it.
I love anything with horns.
Yeah.
Horns,
hey.
baby.
There
Yeah.
you go. We need
5
more
would-
horns in our lives. Sorry.
5. Yeah, 5. What do you got for ones to watch?
This producer named Rosario. He's someone that's been around, pretty familiar. It's his house project, and he has a song called "Let's Dip" and "After the Beep." But he sent me a whole pack. I'll share with you guys. I'm not gonna gatekeep this one, but
Cool.
most of it is playable, like it's fire. So
Sick.
Rosario, be on the lookout.
Rosario. Okay, cool. All right, let me get to mine, which is going to be. All right, I got this one that is called. Is it Blue Stripes by Jesse Murf? You guys heard that?
Oh, you know what? Somebody sent that to me.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and she has a really really unique voice. It sounds.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, Blue Stripes, Jesse Murf.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Blue Stripes, Jesse Murf. That's a cool song. I don't know if there's any edits, but I mean that would be a fun song to edit just because she has a good voice. Anyway, and then I think Flume just did a new project. Flume has a song called "Is It Real?" I'm really feeling. I'm not really playing it out, but it's just a cool. It sounds different. So I had those. All right. Let's
What's
move
to
on.
watch?
Right.
Food.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like,
we're flying here.
Jerzy,
right now.
you're doing pretty good at this one.
Yeah, well, you guys really put the gun to my head, so I really had to do some research, and so I had to make sure I came correct. So what's the scenario? This is one that I ran into about a week ago. You're doing you're doing a full marathon set, 5 hours, and I haven't been seasoned in that in a long time. So, but I think the difference is doing the 5 hour set with. It's different when the doors open, you're doing 5 hours, or if you're coming into kind of a packed room at 5 hours. So my situation, I was kind of coming into a room that was already kind of going, and I had to do a 5 hour set, and I was trying to figure out what are you playing without blowing the lid off too early. So I was kind of wanting to ask you guys, what's your thoughts and what's your approach? I know, Neil, you said you do this weekly.
You're saying marathon sets, and a lot of New York DJs that are listening are probably like, what are you talking about? That's every day.
Sets in Chicago are 2 hours. I mean, for the most part, if Tao or any of those clubs, they're not 5-hour sets.
But you set it up. You set it up the right way, though. You said, coming into a room, like there's a difference between playing a 5-hour set and coming into a room that's already hot.
Yeah.
A 5-hour set. You don't have an opening set. You're just playing right out the gate.
Yeah.
Bang. Yeah.
Because I think if you separate a set out, because you go like an hour opening. Yeah, an hour opening background music when people are just walking in, it's fine. And then an hour at the end, you go, all right, this is going to be chill out R&B, whatever, single, whatever. That's now you're separating it. But then, we have these, you're going 5 hours of almost peak hour stuff. I don't know what's your guys' approach. So Neil, why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, for 5-hour sets, this is, and going back to the peak and pass, and we were talking about Trap Queen, and it was either peak, and I'm like, that's not really my peak. I usually set that. So getting into a 5-hour set, I essentially like beginning on it. I'm doing a lot of Mustard tracks, because in New York, Mustard wasn't really that big, so it's almost kind of you're pretty much opening with that kind of stuff. That Roddy Ricch. If you want to turn it up a little bit, you could do some City Girls stuff outside of Act Up. Anything Nicki Minaj, pretty much. You're doing you could do a lot of throwback and current stuff that never really hit out here. But like Trap Queen, like all the nostalgic sing-along stuff, I tend to not play those at peak. I tend to play those when people are just wasted. And that's like around, so New York closes at 4. So essentially I'm playing this at like
that's a drunk hour,
2:45, 3 o'clock. And like I'm firing all of those things off. So yeah, that's how essentially I'm kind of dragging out 4 or 5 hours. Damn. There's almost like 4 or 5 different peaks to the night.
Yeah, you have different scenes, right? You create different scenes, because you're gonna have clientele that's gonna rotate 3 times within a night sometimes.
Yeah, that room changes quite a few times.
Jason, what do you got?
Well, like Neil said, I came into the same situation coming up out of New York, that I was going to work at the box at 11 o'clock, and I was DJing until 5 in the morning. But there is a difference to what you were saying is if I were to go in the box and it was felt like it was 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning peak hour, and I'm just like, I think that's an intense. I can understand where you're coming from, Jerzy, when you say that. It's a different.
I was sweating, man. I didn't know. I was in panic mode, but.
So like the first hour, like if I were, I kind of I try to create a vibe. The first hour, you're kind of like you said, background music. So I try to make it vibey. I try to just make it vibey, play what you would want to hear in a club, but you never usually hear it, but you listen to it at your house when you're getting ready. I want to play songs that you're not used to hearing in a club. Right. Because I'm not going to get you to dance anyways. I know that. But at 11 o'clock now, we're starting to get a little loose, and people are starting to come in. Now I'm starting to build energy. And then, you got to go back to the vibe thing. And then you come back and then you peak it. You just take them through different journeys through like a roller coaster ride. And you just I try to make sure I play something for everybody. And it's difficult, but you just try to create different scenes, for different clients, and just.
Or the worst backfire is when you're starting off and you're like, all right, I'm going to keep it chill, and they're not going to dance. I know they're not going to dance. And all of a sudden they start dancing and you're like, shit. It's just like, it's 11 o'clock and you're like, man, they started dancing too early.
I have one problem that I have to consciously talk to myself about. Don't do too much. I'll peak out at 11 o'clock, and then when the crowd because I'll be having so much fun, because I actually I love fucking DJing. Like I really fucking do, man. I'll I don't need a crowd. I'll just do it. So sometimes I'll get so excited and I'll do so much work when the actual crowd and it's busy, it's peak time. I'm toast. I'm done. It's too much. So you know what I mean? So
yeah, just in the zone, and then just forget about what's happening. You're like, oh, yeah.
So I kind of tell myself, all right, let this song play of 2 verses and a chorus. You don't need a quick mix at so early in the night, and I would burn out, dude.
That's another habit. That's another thing too. Like I have this horrible, like my attention is just, I need to keep moving. So I'll just be like, all right, you know what? 30 seconds, that's enough. Not even like, and I'm like, man, I gotta stretch these out.
Yeah, you can let songs play early. So
Jason just left. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's over it. He peeked out. He peeked out just now. He's just like, I'm
out on the
done.
podcast. 5. What do you? What's
I mean, the 5-hour sets don't. Where'd he go?
That's the first time that's happened.
All right.
Just,
All right, so the 5-hour marathon sets don't really happen in LA too much, or not really in Vegas, but I think 3.5 is what we get. So like the first hour, I just play a bunch of stuff that I just like downloaded just to test them out, play them out, and then closer to like say like 11:45, I start building it up with more familiar tunes, and right at midnight, you hit them with Icona Pop.
Oh,
and you just go crazy from there, and you just play all the sing-alongs, all the Nickies, and then and then after that, just go up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
And,
do you start? Are you starting out with new music? That was another question I was going to ask you.
It's happened a couple times at Keys where, they were like, well, I'd rather open for myself there because it's only an hour.
Yeah, that's fun.
Just pay me more.
Jason's back, guys.
Oh, there he is. So yeah, like
out. Go ahead. Sorry.
But do you play? But you said that you
not
just
like
said,
new shit, like. But like I'm just playing all the shit I just downloaded just to test out. Like,
but you said like when midnight hits, you play Icona Pop, and then you go into like the Nickies and stuff like that. But do you play the throwbacks earlier in the set, or do you play them later? I was always like the Starships and stuff.
I play it later.
Later, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you like started out with Starships or something like that.
No.
Cool. All right. Well, hey guys, that answered my question. Thank you so much for participating in this.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
You're only here, Jason. You're only here for half of it.
You only heard half of it.
But thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. All right, let's go to the edit submissions real quick. See, this would have been a perfect time for you to dip out, but the edit submissions. Let's go through these. Big shout out to Icon, DJ Manny, FWB, Gordon Ross, Marshall Simon, Rob RU, and Smooth Q. Thank you guys so much for setting all of your edits in, and you guys can do so as well if you're listening and you missed this batch. Just submit everything to earbuds@headlinermusicclub.com, and we'll get those on the next pod.
Yes, sir.
All right, 5, read them off.
All right, man. I'm gonna start off with Neo. Thank God he only did a few.
He only did 7 this time.
He did Don Tolliver, A-Lock, New Drop, Icon, I Love You Right Back edit, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Lab Bro, All the Stars, Icon Shine mashup, Uzi, ISO Knock, EXO Tour Life, Icon Thrash edit, and X's Manny edit. Oh, you did more than 3. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did 4. Wow. Icon really killed it on that pack that he sent, though.
Yeah.
That was
I saw it on the list, so that's
Crazy.
why I just kind of let you handle it. Jerzy, you guys have the same Icon edit, All the Stars, and an honorable mention, Evil Jordan. I
feel attacked. I feel attacked on
the
this.
Avril Lavigne. I feel like when I heard it, he definitely made that for you.
Yeah, I know. I
But
thought that
also,
was
my boy, our boy Akira would. I need to send him this edit because he'll play the fuck out of it.
okay.
He's the one that's been playing that the Office one everywhere. And,
Yeah.
And then for me, I got Gordon Ross edit of Empire of the Sun, Walking on a Dream with the Fisher record. Doshi, Anxiety with Gypsy Woman edit. Smooth Q. And yeah, those are my edit picks. Our edit picks.
Great work, 5.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Thank
All right.
God, man.
Everyone else, if you don't have a subscription to Headliner Music Club, what are you doing? You can sign up right now for the first month. Use the code EARSPACEBUDS, and you get 50% off your first month. So thanks, Scratchy, for that one.
Thank you, Scratchy.
Thank you, Scratchy.
Thanks, Scratch.
All right, this is the moment that Jason's been waiting for. 10 questions with the man, the myth, the legend, not from Boston, but currently lives there.
Residing
in Boston. They have. Hey, I love Boston. I think that's probably one of my favorite cities.
I just saw Jason in Boston. 3 weeks ago?
2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah. At Cavo.
I think
good times.
I think Boston's probably my favorite top 3 cities to play in, just because it's just so diverse, but it's also like fun. People have food's amazing. Small city, but also kind of big.
Yeah.
A lot of history in that, in that town. So
it's the oldest city in the country.
Oh, really?
Is it?
I think it's the first city in the country. Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, it's great.
Well, now you know, dude.
It's awesome. Yeah. All right. So cool. We got Jason Smith on here. Thank you for doing this, dude.
Dude, it's such an honor. I love what you guys are doing. For people like me that, don't have a lot of interest in a lot of the music that's coming out, because I think we're being force fed so much music, it's hard to digest it all. You guys make it a little bit more easier to digest, and finding these little gems out of all I think what you guys are doing is great, man. So keep it up. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, James.
Thank
Honored
you.
to be here, dude.
Yeah. What other good things do you have to say about us? Just keep going if you want.
Tell me about my eyes.
Yeah.
Every time I've hung out with each and one of you individually, I've actually had a great time and felt like I could actually be myself, and that's a lot to say about somebody's personal, your personality.
Yeah.
So
I always look forward to seeing you when when I'm in Boston. So
yeah.
Dude, you have great things to say, because me, I'm like, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
And we have most of the guests that come on here. They're like, I never listened to the podcast ever. So it's just, I'm glad that you actually listen. So we appreciate that.
Wait, am I on the right one? Is this the right podcast I'm on?
We hope so. All right. So let's, I guess let's let's get into the music side of things, because, you've been doing this for quite some time, and you've seen, I would say that just the evolution from open format to, just people playing house or hip hop or whatever. I guess what's your process right now of staying on top of things? Because you were just touching on going through music. What is your process of organizing and getting, a clear head and clear space of what I should be playing and what's garbage or whatever?
That's a great question, and very a big one. Basically, I just try to find something that resonates with me. You know what I mean? A lot of times I have to play songs that don't resonate with me, right? But I find a way to play it so it stays true to who I am and what I'm trying to create. So with that being said, I started out, I don't want to date myself, but I started like you said, on vinyl. I come from a vinyl background. I come from a hip hop 90s boom bap style world. And then I didn't get into the house music until I think Darude came out, that era, and those songs were hot.
That's perfect time.
Yeah, I think it was, I forgot, Groovelicious was the label or something like that. Those are the first. Other than that, it was always Jerzy or all that stuff. And then, moving over to digital was a little harder for me, because I had a gig and I needed music and I needed to have it on Serato. So I got dumped all this music, and it's been a process that I've been dealing with for the past 5 years, is just getting rid, now that I'm playing in bigger rooms with real sound systems, that if I play a song with 128 bits, it's going to sound so horrible next to another song with 320. Because back then we didn't have the space for anything bigger than it was 128.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process now of going through and deleting all the smaller bits and replacing them with, and I have the problem with that is I have a lot of stuff that was ripped from vinyl that you can't find on the internet either. So I'm trying to find a way to deal with all that and make sure that I want to have something that resonates with you that you might not know that resonates with you. And that's what I try to bring to the table when I play music all the time. I want to share something with you. I want you to taste this cheeseburger that is so delicious. I want to share that experience with me. And that's what I love about DJing. I find these little gems of music that resonate. Oh, this is so nice. I want you to experience what I felt the first time I heard that fucking song, basically.
Love that. Based on emotion. just kind of carries everything. Yeah, I love that.
Like I said, I don't really prepare for gigs any longer unless it's something very specific. And other than that, I kind of have the knowledge of knowing kind of like where to go. I have a backlog of playlists that I could, like I said, the roller skating playlist, the stuff that I could fall back on when I'm working in specific when I'm working for specific clients that might need a specific vibe or energy or look. I'm a chameleon with that.
I'm just curious, like what are some of the names of some of your playlists that you think we would think are crazy, like the roller skating one?
Well, I have this crate called Cool, and it has the emojis of sunglasses. People, I started using emojis so I could use a visual reference rather than looking for the crate that says Cool on it. You know what I mean?
That's smart.
So
yeah,
when somebody goes like, "Yo, just play something that's like cool," you just go directly to that, and that's it.
He goes to the sunglass emojis.
Well, there's two. There's one called SO, which is super cool, or SC, which is super cool, and that's like really deep stuff. That's like your Anderson .Paaks, your like Brian the Scientist. It's very female-driven R&B vibey music. Yeah, and then there's Cool, which is like a mixture of like,
is it like Charlie XCX type shit or
no. Very vibey.
What would that be in? Not cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I have one of her songs, so I don't know.
Wait, what?
Wait, Charlie XCX? Who's that again? I'm just kidding. I know that.
I was about to say, oh my god.
Oh man, that's like I want to ask from you were talking about starting out on vinyl, and I think maybe a good portion of the podcast that listen or people that listen, they probably had the same background.
Yeah.
From vinyl to digital, you've seen that evolution of how things have changed. Are there certain principles or are there certain habits that you've taken over from that you applied to your stuff today that maybe you learned a long time ago and you're like, I still use this, even if it's organizing or anything?
Well, back in the day, I wasn't trying to use those words. But when I was using vinyl, it was the difference. The difference was, again, I had a visual cue. I knew where every single album was in my crate and what that album artwork looked like, and that's kind of like how I would organize then. So when I got into the digital era of using MP3s, I kind of started just. I think my process is just my process because I started using the color coded. So if it's red, that means there's a lot of energy. And if it's like slow song, I use a blue color code. And that's kind of, do you know what? I did all that shit. I don't even use those cue visuals at all, to be honest. But that's what I was trying to do. You know what I mean? I was trying to, that's the only way I could decipher, because now I don't have visual cues. I just have letters and words. Big Ben, OG, that's been around. He didn't even have crates for so many years. He used to be able to type in every song he wanted to play on the fly like
He's
that.
so insane.
I can't do that, man. I don't remember like that.
I just try to keep one crate. That's my main crate that I go to, that I know every song in that's going to be a banger. And when those, I kind of go through there, and when I feel like that sound isn't really working anymore, I put it in another crate that's called the Override, which is all the stuff that worked one time, like we talked about that Ed Sheeran record, that Major Lazer record. That would be in this crate that I have called Double A, and it's my overflow. So there's sometimes I'm in rooms where I'm like, oh, I need to play really poppy. I should go back to that overflow set because it has some older poppy stuff in there. So that's kind of the flow that I've experienced, is like just keeping one main crate, and now I'm trying to get on the sticks, and it's just a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot more homework. So you've done, just over the years in your history and everything, you've done everything from fashion to nightlife to, special events, even TV stuff. What's the key to staying relevant and active in those spaces? How do you, it's almost like being a chameleon, right? Like, you're doing the fashion, and then you have the nightlife side, and you have the TV side or something. How do you stay involved in all those circles, and what keeps you, relevant in those?
Well, having a great network of people to work with is the real key to that. But also, besides that, having life experiences, that's something that AI can't create. And that's something that gives me advantage over other DJs. I have life experiences. I've been in these situations. Oh, you need this? I know how to handle it. I'm a professional. I've been doing this. I have my 10,000 hours, so it's a constant of, dude, it just comes down to being at the right place at the right time, man. It does. It's just
really does.
The way the universe works, dude. A lot of my gigs I've gotten because it just happened to be that way. Just been the person thought about me at the right time, or it's just all comes down to Neil's really good at like doing stuff like that and working like, gigs and clubs. I feel like a lot of that stuff for me just comes organically, and I'm very fortunate. So life experiences give you a little advantage, so and you're networking. Yeah, for sure.
What's we touched on, I guess you're just being versatile in different genres of music, from the roller skating set, crate and everything like that. How do you stay, I guess, besides this podcast, how do you stay relevant on, like, how do you know what to play in certain situations? So if you are doing a disco, or if you are doing an R&B party, or, you said your background was always a boom bap, hip hop, backpack rap, stuff like that. So like what, obviously you've learned other genres such as house music and stuff like that. How do you stay up on that, or how do you do your homework for those types of situations?
I mean, that's a great question.
You were saying AI though, but like, we were talking off air, but like, I'm not saying you use that all the time, but like, that was a great hint. Or why don't you explain to people what you did with the AI for a situation?
Because I know the way that I work, and I know how eccentric of a person that I am. When somebody gives me a task of saying, hey, can you make an hour DJ set of 80s music, but I need it by tomorrow, I'm going to be up for 24 hours because it's going to be a mashup. It's going to be an edit. I'm going to make this thing sing. And it's going to be one large edit. It's going to be one long hour edit of 80s music. I didn't have that time. So I used ChatGPT and said, I need an hour playlist of 80s music. And can you put it in BPM or organize it by beat per minute? And so I used that as a tool, just because, again, I didn't have the timeline to create what I want to create. And I knew that it was just going to be background music anyway. So why put hours and hours of effort into something that wasn't going to be appreciated the way that it should have been appreciated?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of situations too. Like, well, I'll get booked, or I'm sure you guys do too, where you get booked on like one-off gigs where it's like, hey, this is going to be like, I had to do a Wu-Tang party. Whoa. And it was like, it was
Wait,
like,
did you know who Wu-Tang was?
Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
you did.
Yeah. So I had to do a Wu-Tang party. I actually love Wu-Tang. So I do a Wu-Tang party, and then and it was like some like mix in some other old school hip hop stuff, and I was like, man, but I'm never gonna have to do a Wu-Tang. Like, why am I doing all this like work? Because digging and pulling up, and there's not like there's not edits of those. It's just kind of, you got to play the originals and stuff like that to figure out how to play them. But for the AI situation, that's a great tool to use, because it's like, it can tell you, these are hey, I need 30 of the hottest Wu-Tang records that I need to play. Instead of me doing all the research, manually, I could just type in AI, which I didn't even think about, but it's a great tool.
Well, the problem with that part is, if you don't mind me interjecting, is
no, please.
You're going to get the 30 shitty Wu-Tang songs, because there's in the back catalog that AI is not recognizing, because it wasn't chart-topping songs that are way better than those. So if I were to ask AI, I need a Wu-Tang set, and it would have sent me a Wu-Tang set, those songs that it gave me were probably songs that I wouldn't play at the Wu-Tang party. I would want to play a little bit more of a deeper situation in, as far as that goes. But here's a key that I use groupings. So every song that I know so if I had to do a Wu-Tang party, all I would do is type in Wu-Tang, Raekwon records would show up, every member of Wu-Tang's records and songs that they were featured on. So if I were doing a Wu-Tang party, I type in Wu-Tang, Mariah Carey, Fantasy. What was the song? Fantasy, right?
Yeah, Fantasy.
Yeah, Fantasy.
With Old Dirty
ODD,
Bastard,
yeah.
that would pop up because I would put Wu-Tang in the grouping. Or like the Neptunes, like every song the Neptunes either produced or Pharrell is on has a tag of Neptunes.
So you did all this in your Serato. You tagged everything basically.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Group settings.
That's the old trick from.
I can't even get colors right, and you guys are over here grouping all these different things. Like that's.
Yeah. So you type in like Rockefeller, and not just Jay-Z shows up, but then you got Freeway, you got Beanie, you have everybody that was ever signed. Another one's Uptown Records. That was a beautiful record label. Andre Harrell. I have, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, all that,
Yep.
bad. Yeah, I can't say that.
Too
right?
soon.
All right, next question.
But the one, can I just jump in and say, as long as I've known Jason, like for him, as far as like staying, not even so much just relevant, but be able to be a chameleon. And there's like a handful of DJs that I've known that are like this, is just like a consumer and a lover of music in general. Like,
like
bad or
good,
good, like he might like it or love it or just appreciate it or just have respect for it. But that spectrum is actually super important. So like disco, he probably, just like me and a few others, like deep dive into disco. Deep diving just to consume it and know it.
They started from scratch edits were pretty good for that as well, the disco ones, because like you said, he remastered some of those old discos records that probably won't sound that great in a large sound system, you know what I mean? And he gives it a little bit of, like we were talking about Jerzy earlier, giving a little bit more fuller sound. Yeah.
You need to actually re-release your mixtapes digitally. Some of those boom bap throwback mixtapes that you did when we were driving up to Boston years ago. I was like, oh damn, because I come from a similar background. I'm like, I haven't heard these songs in a minute.
I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I came up I remember being at the local mall one day and this kid was like, listen to this tape, and it was Ron G. And Ron G was the first DJ I ever heard make live mixes. I mean, live blends. They called it blends then. And that led me to Dirty Harry, and then that led me to all these mixtapes. I was a big mixtape collector, and I still have them all. And I was influenced by, I love the fact that this person created this new version of this song. This was before anything was digital. He was doing it with vinyl, So it was such a beautiful thing, and I wanted to, it resonated with me. So I wanted to kind of start making some of that stuff like that, and that led to my mixtapes. So I have a bunch of mixtapes on my SoundCloud that are just pieces of art. They're not just mixtapes where a song ends here. No, I'm taking you through a journey. Like I have one on there called The Midnight Riders, and it started off as me paying tribute to Fat Beats, and then it morphed itself into something else. And it's got like Phil Collins in there mixed with Nas, mixed in with like Jay's. It's like, it's a full piece of work. It's just not songs with an intro mixed with the outro. It's actually, I did a mixtape where I took some of my favorite Jay Dilla beats, and I put Biggie acapellas over it, and I called it Big versus Dilla, stuff like that,
Now you're teasing us. We gotta hear it now. You gotta drop these things.
Yeah, all those, they're all up on my SoundCloud. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, we were kind of talking about just the years that you've, been in the game, I guess, and your love, you still love it. What keeps you motivated besides the music?
I think I mentioned this earlier. It's just being able to share something that made me feel something with somebody else. The whole point of me DJing is I want to make you forget about the shitty day you had for 5 minutes. If I could give you 5 minutes of joy by playing this song, no matter what it is, like I've done my job. I just like chefs love being cooks because they want to share these dishes they experienced. And then, like I said, I just want to share. Music makes me feel something inside my soul that I can't put into words, to be totally honest with you. It's magic. It's real life magic, dude. Sometimes I'll be DJing, I'll make a blend live, and it'll be totally improv, and it's like I'll turn around and be like, this is the magic in this shit. Like you have magicians, right? They being a magician's like being like science. There's science behind it, and there's trickery, but there's real magic that you can't explain in music. Like you ask Bruce Springsteen how he creates songs, he goes, they just come to me, dude. That's magic, man. They just come out of the sky, bro. And I want to share that magic with somebody else. And I know it's corny and people don't understand that and they just want to go out and party, but you know, to me it's something a little bit, it means something more to me. This is not just a hobby for me. I dedicated over half my life to this industry and this culture that it means so much to me.
What advice, speaking of you dedicating half your life to it, what advice would you give your younger self?
Man, that's a great question as well. I think what it was, my problem with when I was younger was I was very insecure. Insecurity got me in the way, and my insecurities caused anxiety. So the anxiety would create drinking because I'm in uncomfortable situations. And a lot of times I was on the road like you guys, like every week, but because I had a booking agent and a manager, Neil's really good at this. I said this earlier. Me? I didn't even know who I was working for. And I was going out 3-4 nights a week on the road. It was a whirlwind. So half the time when I would show up to gigs, I would never even have a contact with the actual person that booked me because they did it through my booking agent or my manager. So I didn't even know I had a handler. So I wish I would have told myself back then, find out who booked you and create a relationship with that person, because the guy handling you doesn't matter. I'd put all my effort into the guy who's handling me when it didn't matter.
Yeah, not the one that's cutting the check or the one that's like, you know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So I would tell myself to be kind to myself, and you're okay, and pay attention to who's booking you to work to build relationships with those people. But and that's why a lot of people don't know who I am. I've been in this business for 15 plus years, and a lot of people that are listening to this podcast don't know who I am, because after my booking agency and I split, I didn't even know who I was working for. I didn't have those contacts. So that's one of the major issues I felt that I've had in my career, and it's unfortunate, but
well, you're still doing good today, man. You're still gigging, you're still, you know, putting on a great show, and you're still loving it. So I think that's the most important, you know, even though,
it is. Thank you. Yeah.
But cool. Anybody else? You guys got any other questions for Jason?
No, you guys covered. That was amazing.
The guy did pretty good, right?
No, man, you aced it.
Feel very inspired right now.
Yeah. When he throws those questions out, I'm like trying to figure out how to answer it myself in my head. I'm like, how?
See, guys, I put a lot of work into these questions.
I do have one thing though.
Yeah.
For every guest.
Oh,
there you go, Jason.
Sick, bro. Oh my God. Wait, can you hold on a second? Hold on.
No, don't encourage this. This is not how we're supposed to be.
We're about to have a wall of them.
We're supposed to be focused here, and
no, I took notes too.
Oh my God,
that's great.
My friend makes pictures of people who look like pigs, and he made one of me.
So shit, I need one of those.
Oh my God.
Well, that's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Jesus Christ, people.
All right, well,
you guys?
five did his artistic drawing.
Dude, I want you to don't get rid of that. I want that signed, and I want it on the wall, dude.
It's my ADHD, man.
This is not good.
I think after like the 5th question, I start zoning out, and then I come back.
That ADD is a motherfucker. That's my problem.
Dude, this guy doodles every single podcast.
Well, he knows how to handle his ADD well.
Man. We call it channeling.
Well, thank you so much for doing this, man. We really appreciate it, Jason.
From the bottom of my heart, man. I really appreciate you guys for having me.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you,
man. And if you guys are ever in Boston, make sure you hit Jason Smith, because the guy has a lot of knowledge. And he's a great person.
I have one question. How are you handling it out there, being from New York but living in Boston with the championships going on? Or the
But here's the thing. I was gonna actually wear my Knicks hat, but the problem is I feel like the excitement of the game winning the game last night was taken away by Tatum getting hurt, because now it's like, oh, you guys won it because Tatum's hurt. And seeing Tatum hurt like that wasn't fun either. You know, I thought it was so much fun, the banter and like it was a really great thing.
When it's best on best, it's great. But then when you have an injury like that, it kind of throws.
Fucking, like, I couldn't really celebrate. I couldn't hit my Boston friends up and go, hey, yo, look at, we did it, because it was kind of fucked up. It would have been fucked up if I did that.
Yeah. Well,
it's like bittersweet in a way, yeah.
But we won.
I'm a Knicks fan all day. I'm a Yankees fan all day.
like
I'm the
we
only
won.
guy in Boston that walks around with a Yankees hat on 24/7.
Oh yeah. All right, cool. Well, I also got, guys, we got to make sure people leave reviews that don't work on the podcast. So make sure you guys leave your reviews on Apple. That would really help the show. And make sure you send your edits to earbuds@headlinermusicclub.com. What else do we have here? Thank you to Scratchy, James, and Good Chill for putting this all together for us.
Hi.
And Headliner Music Club, of course. Five, you got a playlist, right? You want to plug?
Five's playlist on Headliner Music Club. Go peep. You know, it's a good playlist. Go stream Talking Shit, out now on all platforms.
Yeah, man.
Look up Fade, F-A-E-D. Let's run the numbers up. Let's go, people.
Yeah. And then also we have a hat that I'm wearing right now that you can get. We only have a few left, so make sure you grab that.
Yeah, we sold half of the stock already. So
yeah, by the way, if you get it, tag us and we'll shout you out in the next pod, and and give you some love. So thank you for doing that. And what else do we have here? You have a Fourth Meal podcast. You guys.
Eventually, we'll get to it.
That. Open House Radio.
We mentioned before, Open House Radio every Tuesday, 8 p.m. on Diplo's Revolution. And then we have an Open House Radio YouTube. Separate set is YouTube, just, a video.
Wait,
version.
8 p.m. Eastern, Pacific time?
Pacific time, sorry.
Okay.
PDT.
Well, it's 5 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Cool.
Yes.
You guys got anything else? Neil, Jason, you guys all good?
I'll be up at where are we? Night Owl. Saratoga. Yeah.
Saratoga Springs.
Saratoga, Memorial Day weekend, so that's where I'll be.
Hell
Fuck,
yeah.
I feel left out.
Night Owl. Shout out to Night Owl and Alex over at Saratoga. Dude,
Yeah,
gotta get you up there, 5. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a house party
outside.
in
It's
there.
like a tiki bar, and I smoke a joint the whole
What
time.
the fuck?
That's wild.
That's like right up my alley. I wanna play at the tiki bar.
The first hour, I play like roller skating jams.
This is
He requires me to play as open format as possible, and it is funky.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, well, go see Jason in Saratoga Springs, and Neil's got a DJ with Salt and Pepper. So.
Yo, kill it today, bro. I'm so proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you next month.
Thanks, guys.
Later.